Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock, it's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. I'm of course George, welcome along to the channel everybody. And it's a match preview today. Leeds United face Leicester City. It's a table topping clash, it's a massive clash this for Leeds United. Leicester table topping, like I said, come to Elland Road on Friday the 23rd of February. It's a 8 PM kickoff. So it's another Friday night, as it was at the King Power Stadium for Leeds against Leicester City. It's a humdinger of a game. Hopefully we'll be on the right end of it, of course. But this is without a doubt, obviously, the toughest test you can get in the Championship this season. We'll dive into it in this preview. So I haven't seen much. I think Daniel Farke, as of recording, has done his press conference. I haven't listened to it, to be fair. I haven't heard much team news. I think it'll be pretty much more of the same. So maybe expect the same lineup as we saw at Plymouth. There's no real need to change it if injuries aren't coming. Willie Gnonto, you can bet will keep his place, obviously, in ahead of Dan James. But we've got firepower coming off the bench now. So it's looking fantastic for Leeds, and I must admit I'm pretty confident. You know, obviously you can't be too confident. We are coming up against top of the league, who we sit in second. We are 9 points still behind Leicester. But if you do go 6 points clear, 6 points behind, you start to possibly believe again that maybe something can happen. But I am confident that we can get at least a positive result and get a draw and keep the unbeaten run going at Elland Road this season. Let me know, of course, how you're feeling about it in the comments there below. But we'll touch on Leicester City. Like I said, I haven't really seen too much in the way of team news. Why change it if it isn't broken? We're going for 9 wins in a row. And let's see if we can get it. But Leicester City going incredibly well under Enzo Maresca. I didn't know at the start of the season, to be fair, whether he would last the course and whether it was going to be a little bit of an experiment, an unwanted experiment for Leicester City. It's turned out the complete opposite. They've absolutely cooked the Championship so far this season on 78 points. Obviously, with a win at Elland Road on Friday night, they will go a massive 12 points clear of us in second place. Obviously, Southampton lost their game in hand at home to Hull City on Tuesday evening. Ipswich did win, so they sit behind us on goal difference, but our goal difference is quite a way better than Ipswich Town. So at this stage, it's almost like an extra point for Leeds. We're sitting in second there, on third on 69 as well. And then on fourth is Southampton on 67. It's an absolutely incredible tally for each of those 4 teams, really. And at the time of the season that it is, I mean, looking back at last season, of course, Burnley were at the very same stage. We're on 73 points. So Leicester are 5 points better off sitting in first, as Burnley were in the same position this time last year. Incidentally, in second was Sheffield United on 61, 4 points ahead of third place. I think it was Middlesbrough at the time. So yeah, we're ahead of schedule. We know that this has been a sort of outlandish Championship season, really. The top 4 are setting an unbelievable pace, really, and they have done all season. It's who's going to end up on the right side of that line. I'm no doubt it will be Leicester City. But who's going to join them is something that is really, really intriguing. And each of the 3 teams are not looking like letting up. Obviously, Southampton did lose, and they have dipped slightly and conceding plenty of goals, as are Ipswich as well, to be fair. Had to rely on a late winner against last place Rotherham on Tuesday evening as well. So maybe there are signs, like I said, there are no signs of them letting up. Maybe on second thinking they are signs of the teams below Leeds and Leicester both slipping up. Now, if we can win this game on Friday, for me, it's early to call. We've still, 12 games to go after that one. I think we get promoted, just with the pure momentum of at that point, beating Leicester City, going 6 points clear. We don't care. I mean, personally, let me know in the comments below. But I don't care whether we win it or not. You just want to get that right side of that line and come in second place, because Leicester City have been imperious this season. Obviously, they have been penetrable. Excuse me. They have been penetrable, and we have penetrated them and beat them at their own very in their own garden, really. But you know, it's a difficult proposition to go and do it again. The atmosphere at Elland Road will be red hot, or white hot if you like. Obviously, with us playing in white and the colours being white, it will be. But I think, you know, we've got to be still on top of our game. This Leicester City side, if you have a look at it all the way through it, is like we know, like our team really, is Premier League names, and they've delivered all season long. Bar the odd mishap, like last time out. I mean, if you look at their form over the last 5 games, it's won 4, lost 1, and Middlesbrough have their number. They have done the double over them this season. Can we do the very same thing? I saw people saying it was the reverse time, where we beat them in November, then Middlesbrough beat them at the Riverside. Can we then follow Middlesbrough like they followed us in November and beat Leicester again? Let's wait and see. Leicester will be out for revenge, of course, wanting to avenge that 1-0 defeat they suffered at our hands in November. But I just feel like Leeds at home, at the home ground, you can't underestimate Elland Road in this situation now, because the atmosphere, which from what I believe hasn't been the best at Elland Road this season, you can bet it's going to be ramped up high on Friday evening, because of the sort of pure levitation of this game. It's huge. It's bigger for Leeds obviously than it is for Leicester. Leicester will want to put that sort of blip, if you like, on Saturday to bed. Like I said, there is a little bit of meat in there for them against us, having been only one of, I think, 4 teams to beat them so far this season. So they want to get one over on us. But aside from that, they're just a very good football inside. They'll match us up with 4-2-3-1. But it's just at this level, like I said, of Leeds as well. This team are far and away better than any other team in this league, and I think between us and them, there's very, very little in it. There's very, very little in it. I thought we did very well at the King Power last time out against them, and I think we really sort of did ourselves well, and put on a good show. Obviously, Jorginho Ruter ended up being the match winner on that day. But yeah, Leicester, I think Azaka on the left side on loan, isn't he, the Ghanaian lad, impressed me in that game that we played against them in November. They've got Premier League quality and proven Premier League quality and proven international England quality in Jamie Vardy, who's got 10 goals this season. I think Mavadidi on the day can be extremely, extremely dangerous as well. Obviously, Kieran Dewsbury-Hall has chipped in with a lot of goals as well. Each of those 3 players on 10 goals so far this season, quite incredibly. Yeah, and also you've got to watch in and around the box, because they have had a lot of penalties this season, the most in the league on 11. We've actually had the second most on 7. Their conversion rate has been a lot better than ours. They've converted every single one of their penalties. I think we've missed 2 of our 7. So you've got to watch out in and around the area. You've just got to be on your game. The wide men can hurt you. You know, they've got players as such as like Patterson Daka as well, who's weighed in with a few goals and can be dangerous. All around the pitch, they've got, like I said, probably quality that shouldn't really be in this division. As like we said numerous times already in this video, neither should ours really. It's a little bit naughty of both teams to have this sort of quality in the second division. It is what it is, and Leicester have shown that they are more consistent than Leeds United over the piece of the 33 game piece so far. But we're coming back. 8 games in a row. Like I said, we're going for our 9th in a row. I think it'll be record breaking, but whisper it quietly. We do not want to jinx it, but we can go at them. I think we can beat them on Friday night. I really do. I think the lads are in high confidence, and why the heck would you not be? Only one goal conceded in the whole of the year so far. Such confidence running through the veins of those players right now, and they'll play with freedom, I'm sure, at Elland Road on Friday. This is our house. Come and beat us, and nobody has yet so far this season. It will be the toughest game, obviously, we have had of the season. I think, like I said, I do believe actually that we can go and win, and we can go and beat them on Friday night. Now, just having a look at the last time these two teams came up against each other at Elland Road, and it was, I feel like, obviously last season, April last year. Makes a difference, doesn't it? Even Leicester fans, you can agree, it makes a whole lot of difference as, not losing games this season. Not losing games, which we both were last season, obviously ended in relegation. The last time Leicester came to Elland Road was the pretty much very end of last season. It was a 1-1 draw. Other than that, if you go back, Leicester have actually only won one of the last 5 meetings between the two, and that was in the Championship, I believe, in a 1-0 Leicester City win. Sorry, they have won in the Premier League as well. I think. Sorry, I've absolutely butchered that one. So the last 5 in Elland Road is a 1-1 draw the last time. Then there was a draw in the Premier League. That was 0-0, wasn't it? Then there was they thrashed us in the Premier League, a 4-1 loss for Leeds, and then a 1-0 defeat for Leeds, and also a win for Leeds in 2012. So what's that? 2 wins, I think 2 wins for Leeds, 2 for Leicester, and a draw. So mixed bag when Leicester come to Leeds. Obviously in the Premier League, they were very, very good. That first year we were in the Prem, obviously we got beat heavily by them at an empty Elland Road, and then it was a 0-0 draw, and then obviously 1-1. So obviously then they got relegated. They should never have been relegated, Leicester City. Never have been relegated, and it was a travesty really with that squad that they had, that it happened. And it was the same with Leeds really. Mismanagement of more than good enough players, in my eyes, in both sets of players to avoid relegation, and it just didn't happen. Leicester and both teams are just showing how and why they're the best teams in this league, and ultimately I do think it'll be the 2 teams that get promoted, but it's going to be a nervy end to the season. But maybe it won't be because we're in such good form, but it will be. It's going to be nervous. Nerves are going to be big on in these next sort of 13 games. If we can win this game though, and go 6 points behind Leicester, more so the gap between us and Southampton and Ipswich might just grow. So I think that's the most important bit, obviously, isn't it? Widening the gap between the third place team, and I think it's in our hands now. Go out and show it, Leeds. Go out and beat this Leicester team. Show the league what you're made of, because we believe that you can do it. Thanks very much for watching. Marching on together. Come on, Leeds, let's have a win. See you on the next one.